Hello, I'm Jeff Thomas. I'm from Visual Concepts. We're the makers of ESPN NFL 2K5. I'm here today to show you some of the new great features in this game, and I'm really excited about it. Let's get going. So some of the stuff that we introduced this year is we've added some momentum to the game, which allows you to turn more realistically. One of the things that we had complaints about was how players would turn around on a dime and be able to spin around. And one of the things we did this year was modify the control to take away some of the joystick jockeying people have done in the past, avoiding tackles, and especially noticeable online when you're playing people. Part of the control mechanism we put in place is it takes severe movement of the joystick and then transfers that into cuts and momentum kind of movements that you do. As you can see, as I'm running straight upfield, I could turn and I can have my normal control, but if I try to do a severe turnaround, you'll see him have to do a plant, and that's only in severe cases. So like if I'm running to the right, cut back, he'll do a plant. This is the help with some of the things where people would be able to turn around quickly. As you can see now, I have to cut and make turns in order to turn and go in different directions. In addition, we've added a ton of new animations to the game. Some of the new ones are including all new jukes and special moves that are on the R2 stick, which will get you to be able to do all kinds of maneuvers, including plants and other juke type moves that'll avoid being tackled. I'm going to show you how the quarterback evade system works in the game. You do it on the R stick. As you can see there, I moved out. I avoided that first tackle by using the R stick to shake the guy off. So you can move out of the way by small movement in the pocket, and was able to get the ball off. Let me talk a little bit about some of the other features in NFL 2K5. One of the really big additions this year is a feature called VIP. One of the aspects, there's many different aspects of VIP, and one of the aspects of it is the ability to go back and scout what you're doing or what your opponents are doing when you're playing them. And so we'll go in here and we'll take a look at VIP. We have what we call a viewer. So I'll go in here, I'll load up Bob. Bob is one of the guys here, and I can look at what he likes to do in the game. He's 40% coach's pick, 18% play flip, etc. You can go through all the different things he likes to do. He kind of splits his time between juke and shoulder charging. You can go through and look at everything else. All the defensive tendencies, what he likes to do with that. This allows you to scout your opponent, see what their tendencies are like. But what's really exciting about this feature is the capability of playing against these profiles. So now in 2K5, you're able to go into the game and actually, if I say this is me, I don't have a profile here, and I want to come in here, I'm able to go into here and change the VIP profile to be Bob. Now, all Bob's tendencies, whoever Bob is, my opponent or my friend that comes over to my house I play against every day, he's gone now. And now I'm able to load his tendencies, load his VIP file, and actually play against a virtual Bob in this case. One other aspect of VIP that is really cool as well is the ability to play. Each NFL coach has got an entire VIP file associated with them as well, and this will drive the AI. A couple other things I'm going to run through real quick. First person football, again, we made some improvements this year to first person. First and foremost, we've given you the ability to switch between first person and third person at will. The second thing we did this year was we gave them another way of passing the ball. In first person football, we have actually a progression passing system. The way it works is you'll hike the ball and your quarterback will be eyeing your primary receiver. One hit of the X button will throw to that receiver. You can then switch from your primary to your secondary or third receiver at one click of the button to go to next to the thing. That's where the progression system comes into play. Another thing we added this year was ESPN 25th anniversary mode. Our partners at ESPN are celebrating their 25th anniversary this year, and we got together with them and we came up with the idea for this mode. And what this mode is is the ability to look at a bunch of the what we felt were the top 25 games in the last 25 years. We set up all these different scenarios. You go in here and try to make it happen. It tells you what you need to do. And Chris Berman gives you a little bit of history about the NFL when you're doing it. It's a lot of fun. And you know, you get to see all the old uniforms and the old players. It's a fun mode to get in and do some exploring and learning a little history of the NFL. Let me talk about real fast before we go back into the game and talk about some of the ESPN presentation. I'm going to talk a little bit about franchise mode. Franchise mode this year has gotten a really big facelift as far as functionality. We've added something which we call weekly prep. Weekly prep is the ability to go in and prepare for your next opponent. Look at their strengths and weaknesses, and then to go in and make changes to your team, to go in and train your team in a certain way that's going to make the changes you need to best battle against his opponent. Here's a general matchup, kind of tells you, as you can see, we all pretty even here. But I'm going to go in and try to work on my cornerbacks to try and improve them maybe against run stopping capabilities. So I can go in here and say each day has got their own schedule all the way through the week. Monday's a special day because when you go in here, you basically you have coaching things you can do as well, which include setting the tone of your press conference, having a team meeting or not. All these things are up to you to decide. And then you want to go in and you want to start assigning tasks. Now you can go and assign them to any group you want. Let's say, like I said, I wanted to work on my cornerbacks. So I'd come into cornerbacks, and so I can also have them work in the film room to work on their intelligence and a lot of things that go along with being a cornerback and knowing different aspects of the game. So you can go through the different things things you can study in the film room. You can then also assign them to do some weight training. These will build physical attributes, their strengths and their speeds. Aerobic training, alternate methodology. Again, this will help rehab, give more stamina. There's a lot of different things in all these features that give you a lot of different choices of things you could try to work on. Once Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is when you get into your team drills, your player drills. So I can go in here, come down, select my cornerbacks, and I'll look at some positional drills. So if I want them, I can have them work on backpedaling, on pattern recognition, bump and run coverage, ball stripping, ball reaction, open field tacking, in-out blitzing, all these different aspects for a cornerback. The What's This box gives you an insight to what this is going to affect. Each of these drills have a direct effect on certain attributes in the game. By preparing and bumping this up, you will see up to a 5 or 6 point increase in certain attributes if you get the right combination of items together. The last thing I'm going to talk about is how we've really integrated ESPN a lot more into this year's game. One of the first things you'll see here is Chris Berman on screen. We actually have a virtual Chris Berman in the game this year. He'll come up here. He talks to you about the matchup that's about to happen. You'll actually see him here. He talks to you about, you know, the strengths or weaknesses of the team. We then go into the game, and then once we're into the game, classic ESPN style, really trying to get that Sunday Night Football look and feel. So as you can see, one of the first things you'll notice is we've did a whole new play calling interface. The action never leaves the screen. It is always shrunk up into the corner of the screen. So let's say I'll do a running play here, and I'll show you how it's used. I get tackled. But anyhow, so now this is post play is happening. I want to get to my next play call, and you could actually watch post play in the window. The window also contains all your action replays, everything. We think it's a really good way of showing the last play that happened and actually allowing you to see all the presentation we do, such as cutscenes and the replays and all that, while you're actually moving forward and selecting your play. As I mentioned, Chris Berman post-game show. We also brought back the Chris Berman halftime show. This year, though, we really worked on some technology that allows us to save replays of all the plays in the game. And if you have a hard drive on PS2 or if you have an Xbox, you're able to save all the plays of the game, and Chris Berman will actually talk about each of these plays, or all the big plays of the first half at this halftime show and the post-game show, and see replays that you just played. that technology also gave us the ability to add another really great feature, which is our Gamecast Live capability, which we had this interface last year, but what we've added this year, and this is really great, is be able to select any play at any time and go into replay and watch that play again. As you notice, this was the play I ran, first play of the game off of center there, but I can go in at any time and select the play that I want to watch. So maybe I got a big touchdown, I want to show my friend. The whole game is saved on your hard drive, and you go back and watch any of these plays again. Just adds another fun level to the game. So that's about it. That's what I wanted to show you guys today. ESPN NFL 2K5 going to be in stores August 11th on both Xbox and PS2, and online on both of them. So check it out. It's a great game. Thanks.